welcome to our channel Dentistry to the Point. If you're seeing this face for the very first time, I'm Dr. Saloni Jain and we make videos related to dentistry. In this video, we'll be starting with the developmental anomaly of the tongue, namely median rhomboid glossitis. Now the name itself suggests median as in the midline or in the mid, rhomboid that is rhomboid in shape, and glossitis that is inflammation of the tongue. So something that is involving the tongue which is rhomboid in shape and in the midline of the tongue. So talking about the etiopathogenesis, we need to remember somewhat of the etiology, मोटा थोड़ा सा etiology का, कि जो tongue होती है embryologically, it is formed from the two lateral halves or lateral processes or lateral halves that are your lingual tubercles. Okay, these are formed from the lingual tubercles. They fuse in the midline. Okay, they meet in the midline and they fuse. Now, sometimes during their fusion, what happens is the posterior point on the dorsal, that is your upper aspect of the tongue, so it's defective. Okay, so the meeting point where there is posterior dorsal point of the tongue, that's defective. And what happens is that it leaves a rhomboid area, a rhomboid shaped area, which is, erythematous. It's erythematous, smooth in nature, that lacks your papillae or the taste buds. Okay, so as the name suggests, पीछे, that is posterior में, middle area में, there is a rhomboid shaped thing which is glossitis, that is there is inflammation or there is an erythematous patch where there is no papillae. So it can be also known as central lingual atrophy, central papillary atrophy, posterior lingual papillary atrophy. मतलब कि जो papillas है या taste buds है उनकी atrophy है वो नहीं present है, कम in number है. And the more common papilla, as the filiform papilla is the most common or the most numerous papilla of the tongue, so obviously बात है सबसे ज़्यादा atrophy इसी papilla की होगी. Median rhomboid glossitis is also a focal area for the susceptibility to recurrent or chronic atrophic candidiasis. Okay. Now talking about the clinical features, so it is most commonly seen in childhood, starting from childhood, but it is most commonly diagnosed in the middle age. Okay, and there is a male predilection, that is 3:1 ratio between males and females, that is males are more commonly affected. Now this median rhomboid glossitis is present on the dorsal posterior aspect of the tongue, anterior to the V-shaped grouping of the circumvallate papillae. Okay, now this rhomboid area or this oval area of red erythematous patch, if you draw a long axis to it, so its direction is antero-posterior. Okay, so this rhomboid or the oval thing जो होती है erythematous red depapillated area, it extends anterior-posterior. It extends in antero-posterior direction. Okay. Now in some patients, as we know that this is also focal area for candidiasis, so sometimes along with the erythematous patch, there can be a white erythematous thing also seen. A white patch can also be seen along with this. Also, people who are affected or who have the anomaly of median rhomboid glossitis, so there is also seen a soft tissue edema, which is associated because of the underlying contact with the tongue daily. So that's why this anomaly is also known as kissing lesion. As you can say, because the tongue is constantly in contact with the soft palate area or the hard palate area, so there is an erythema formed on that also, on the palate also. So it is also known as kissing lesion, because as you can see, there is on a regular basis, there is a kiss happening between your tongue and the soft palate or the hard palates. So that's why it's also known as kissing lesion. Talking about the histological features, so there is a smooth surface or a nodular surface that is covered by stratified squamous epithelium, and the stroma under it has dilated capillaries. Also, the fungiform and the filiform papae, as you know, there are areas of depapillation, so these are absent. Also, a mild to moderate intense chronic inflammatory cell infiltrate may be seen. Since it is associated with candida infections, so it may result in axis, surface keratin or extreme elongation of the retiprocesses, and this because of the hyperplasia it is known as pseudoepitheliomatous hyperplasia. Moving to the last part, that is treatment. So there is no specific treatment since it does not possess any problem with your articulation of speech or deglutition. So there is no specific treatment. Yes, but if it's associated with the candida infection, so antifungal therapies, either topical or systematic, can be given. So these will reduce the erythematous areas and also the inflammation and help not increase the disease. So this is all about median rhomboid glossitis. I hope you understood the video. If you understood it, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time we upload a video. Thank you.